Hold on one sec. Hey, Mo. Yeah. Can you grab me my ring light out of the drawer? Yeah. Please, thank you. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Let me invite a few people on here. And I'm waiting for a phone call back. So I have this sneaking... Thank you, honey. No problem. I have this sneaking suspicion I will get this phone call back while I'm on here with you guys. But that's all good, right? That's life. As you guys hop on, say hi. I know this is a really weird time of day, but this is something that's kind of been on my heart. And I wanted to share it. Why is my stuff not working? Not working. Okay. Alright, as you guys hop on, say hi. Okay. Hold on, I need chapstick like stat. Sorry guys. Okay, hi Eliana. So, I just wanted to go over why. Why is a big question. Why is a very big question. But I wanted to talk about why I do what I do. Okay, and there's kind of, I'm gonna kind of say there's 3 parts to why I do what I do. And if you feel that you can get any value out of this video, or you know somebody who can get value out of this video, please, 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 please share it. Okay? I'm going to start with why I'm with network marketing. Okay? I'm going to be real. I'm going to be honest. Some of you might not like it. I might not like it. Some of it's embarrassing to me, but I am going to be totally 100% real. Okay? Before I had kids, I was making amazing money. Amazing money. Okay? And I'm not blaming this on my kids at all. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm just saying, like, years ago, because my son's going to be 16 in May, I was making amazing money, okay? And being in my young 20s, we blow through it. Not everybody, but most young 20-year-old people in their young 20s would. I was stupid. I made a lot of, I'm not going to say mistakes because I did learn from them. The plan for when I had kids was I was going to be a stay-at-home mom until they went back to school full-time. Well, I fast forward a little bit. I had my son. I never quite felt 100% after having him. I had 2 miscarriages between my kids, and my kids are very close in age. My kids are 19 and a half months apart. So I never had a chance really to go back to work in between. I did briefly. I worked for a name brand cosmetic company in a huge name brand department store. Loved it. Okay. I always wanted to go to school for cosmetology. My parents said, nope, you're smarter than that. You can do better. So that's why I thought cosmetics would be a great fit for me, right? Well, then I started not feeling good. We put a bid on a house. The day after it was accepted, I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. Okay. I was still mourning the losses, but looking forward to having another child, but knew I didn't feel good, so I was scared. Okay? I'm not going to lie, I was scared. I was scared of having another loss. I was scared of how, if my body was going to recover. I am very lucky. My parents were able to help with my son while I was pregnant with my daughter, because my husband worked a lot of hours. My ex-husband worked a lot of hours. My my stepmother, my father, my mother, and my, at the time, stepfather would take my son pretty much a huge chunk of the week and bring him home on weekends. Made me feel like a, excuse my language, but a shitty mom. Okay? It really did. And I was just not healthy. They put me into the hospital multiple times. I was in the hospital, like going to the hospital multiple times a week for hydration, early contractions. It was just a nightmare, okay? But up until that point, I had always been healthy. I would just get 2 like sinus infections a year, like around allergy season. No big deal, right? So after I had my daughter, we thought all my pains would go away, and they didn't. And I had tried every job under the sun, because when we had bought that new house, we had planned on having 2 incomes eventually. I was like a newspaper manager, so the newspapers would be delivered to my house, and it was a weekly distribution, and then I would have to manage everybody to come get their papers and then deliver them from my house. If people did not show up, it was on my shoulders to get that done. I had gone back to waitress and bartending because I had done that earlier in life. I had gone back to car dealerships. I even tried babysitting out of my house. But my health just was horrible. This is so embarrassing. Or it's not embarrassing, but it's crazy. I was living in a remote part of the state. I was like an hour-ish away from my family. I was pretty much miserable. I was going either by ambulance or with my ex-husband driving to the hospital, which was a good 40 minutes from my house, at least 3 or 4 times a week. Okay? I knew every single ER nurse's name. I knew who could get IVs in me and who couldn't. I can still remember their names, okay? And this hospital at the time was not the best of hospitals. I've heard they've redone it since. I don't know. We've moved away. So in the meantime, I had tried a network marketing company. I was super successful for about 3 months. I was making like $3,000 a month, doing awesome. Well, then I ran out of people to have party. I have ran out of friends to have parties for me. And it was a jewelry company. You guys can probably guess what one, because they are no longer in business. It was a jewelry company. Okay. How many pairs? Yes, we're women. We love jewelry. But honestly, how many pairs of earrings, necklaces, whatever can you really have? It's not a consumable product, right? So I had tried that. I had tried the newspaper thing. I had tried bartending. I had tried waitressing. I had tried babysitting. I had tried clerical work. I had tried even telemarketing. Okay? You know, and it used to stink. I would have to meet my ex-husband in a parking lot somewhere to drop the kids off. It was not a good fit. Well, I was successful with that, excuse me, that previous network marketing thing. Then, like I said, I ran out of friends to have parties for. And this was before social media was big. I think MySpace was around. I knew nothing about it. I was never on MySpace. So that came to an abrupt end. And that was tough, because for 3 months I was used to bringing in at least $3,000 a month from going and doing these parties. Well, it was also getting tough because I couldn't be relied on to do these parties because of my health. Okay? And then the medical bills kept rolling and rolling and compounding to scary amounts. Scary amounts to the point where I used to be embarrassed by this, and it's not anything I'm proud of, but we lost our house because of it, okay? Some of it was stupidity, because my medical issues led me to be depressed, so then guess what women do when they're depressed? A lot of times they go out and they go shopping. So we were in debt over our heads. And because I didn't feel good, and then my ex-husband would be tired after work, we would go out to eat constantly. So I knew network marketing could work, but that was not the company for me. And I was spending so much time in the hospital, weeks on end at times, or weeks on end in the couch. Luckily, there was a daycare center like 4 houses down from me. And my son was in preschool, and the preschool teacher used to have to drive by my house anyway to get to school. So she would pick him up and bring him to preschool. Then my son started having seizures, unexplained seizures. Now my daughter's still in the car seat carrier because they're only 19 months apart. My son still, you know, he could walk, but it was quicker to carry him when you're trying to get to a doctor's appointment, right? So I had my doctor's appointments. I had my son I was trying to take care of. My husband was trying to work at the time. My husband of the time was trying to work extra hours to cover the bills. It was just crazy. We had spent days and weeks at the Children's Medical Center, which is a hospital in Connecticut that's amazing. So then from there, we decided that we were going to, after we lost the house, we were going to move in with my parents to save up some money. And I went back to bartending and waitressing. And I still was not feeling good. Still. And I was fighting the government with disability. I was fighting, and I am not one that wants handouts. I hate taking handouts from anybody. I was recently told that I was going to be gifted something, and I said, no, I do not want it. I don't want it. I just don't like, don't get me wrong, if my husband was to come home with a gift, that's one thing, but I don't want handouts. So for me to be on disability was really hard for me to suck up and swallow, but it had taken me 7 years of fighting to get to that point. And again, in that time period, I had tried another network marketing business that had failed. I had tried the waitressing and bartending thing. Not good when you're not healthy. Not good for a relationship. You're out drinking 4 nights a week. Not good. And then my lunch shifts, I would have to pay for daycare for my daughter. So I would end up losing money for my lunch shifts, but I had to take those lunch shifts in order to keep my weekend night shifts. I missed out on so many like family weekend things, but I made sure I didn't miss out on any of my friends' things because those were 10, 11 o'clock at night, which then in turn I would be down and out for days. And I was going to doctor after doctor after doctor after doctor. If you guys looked back at my insurance history and saw the number of different doctors I saw, and no one could figure it out. They ended up doing a hysterectomy on the age of 20. They started it at 25 and finished it at 26, I believe. Or it was 26 and 27. I was the youngest person that my doctor had ever done a hysterectomy on. And we thought that was going to cure it. And it didn't. It helped with some things. It did help with some things. Did not help with everything. And my pain was getting worse and worse and worse. So, testing after testing, thousands of dollars after thousands of dollars. Come to find out, and they're still diagnosing me with things. I still get things I'm diagnosed with. But my main diagnoses are fibromyalgia, intracystal cystitis, which is a bladder disease, POTS syndrome, which is polyorthostatic tachycardia syndrome. I believe I have SIBO. I need to be checked for that, which I don't want to go for a 4-hour test. I have IBS. C. I very, very highly prone to kidney stones. What else is wrong with me? I have an autoimmune disease. All my markers come back positive, but for any specific autoimmune, they do not come back positive. So, along the way, one of my doctors said to me, Jen, try the CBD oil. And I was like, at this point, I will try anything. Especially if it's not narcotics. Because, guys, I was being prescribed over 150 narcotics on top of benzos a month. A month. Okay? That is scary as heck. Okay? They told me to try the CBD oil. I got a little relief, not tons. I'm not going to lie. So, in the meantime, I was working with a health and wellness company. I love their products. The company and I were just not a good match. The way they do certain things, cold messaging. I hated cold messaging people. I hated just messaging people like that I had never had a conversation with and said, hey girl, you know, you'd be perfect model for my weight loss products. And I still get those messages and I'm trying to gain weight. I cannot in my right mind do that to somebody. Okay? Because you don't know what somebody's going through. So I left that company. And I left that company, I will be honest, because I didn't think I was being trained properly. I was not happy with the team I was on. And I had to be inactive for 90 days. Okay? And to be inactive for 90 days. Within that 90-day period, I talked to one of my friends, and she's like, Jen, you need to hop on the CBD train with me. And I said, Sky, I can't do it. I said, I tried CBD. It didn't work for me. I can't sell something I don't believe in. Okay? At least these other products I knew had worked. My husband had lost weight. My skin had cleared up. I had gotten a little healthier. And she's like, Jen, look at the ingredients from your old stuff and look at our ingredients and compare them. Well, come to find out, I was paying for crap. You guys have probably heard this story a million times. I was paying for crap like purified water, glycerin, MCT oil, which is nothing but coconut oil. Okay? And I took a look at our compensation plan, and I was blown away. Blown away. The normal network marketing company pays between 40 to 50% of its profits to their associates, affiliates, distributors, whatever you want to call them. My Daily Choice, who is our parent company, pays up to 85% a month. Okay? And so I took our free tour. Okay? And this was a Tuesday or Wednesday. And it was right after tax season. I had this money earmarked that I was going to use to fix up my truck. And I was told I took this free tour. Okay? If anybody would like to take a free tour, get me your email address or drop a emoji in the comments and I will get you in on the free tour. All I need is your email address, and currently you'll be entered for a $500 Christmas time cash drawing, plus my personal drawing of a product. So I took this tour for like 2 to 3 hours. I did a boatload of research. Those of you that know me know these last like 4 or 5 years, I've been doing research, trying to figure my crap out. I had all intentions on talking to my husband when he got home that night, because he was not happy with my previous business. He had gotten sick of hearing about it. In the beginning, it was great, but he got sick of hearing about it because I was working so hard and not getting paid for my efforts. So I totally bypassed my husband, which is not a good wife's choice. But it was my money that was earmarked for my truck, and I said, I'm going to double this money. That was my goal, was to at least double my money. And I had jumped in at our highest level. that you can buy a kit, because we have 3 different kit options, which is what I another thing I love on top of the free tour, because not all companies do that. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention about the free tour, while you're taking a free tour, you guys are, and we start building a team under you. How stinking amazing is that? So, totally bypassed my husband. He came home from work, and I'm like, oh, hey, I joined another MLM. And he just looked at me and said, whatever. Do whatever makes you happy. And I said to him, I said, I'm going to do it this time. Okay. And I don't blame him. He's heard it before, because I was with this other company for 2.5 years previously. And I had to, because I wasn't making enough with that company, I had to try to do a few other little ones. And was never successful with those because I couldn't concentrate all my time on them. And I was like, nope, I'm going to do it. And guys, if you go back in my paycheck history, I was getting paid weekly. And all of a sudden, he was like, he would message me, how's your work day going? Whereas in the past, he didn't want to hear about it. And I don't blame him. And it's totally amazing. The amount of money this company is putting out blows my mind. One of my best friends in Upline just got flown out to Vegas by the CEO and his wife, who created HempWorx, and wined and dined for the weekend. She just got home today. She just sent me a phone call. I have to call her back. And it totally, the whole company has blown my mind. It is nothing but a team, okay? Yes, I'm getting paid. Awesome, okay? I have made more. I started this company at the end of April, and by mid-October, I had already made more money than I did the entire previous year with my previous company. And I've been doing half the amount of work. And I have made some of the best friends. I have friends that work with this company that know what's going on in my life that my best friends from around here don't know. We check on each other every day. It is truly a family, okay? And that was the other thing. My husband loves to fish. He hunts a little. He works a lot, and he always said to me, find a hobby. Find a hobby. Because when I got sick, I had to stop dancing. Even crocheting bothers my hands sometimes. So I did this. Not only am I feeling better, I am off a boatload of meds. If you guys knew the amount of money I was saving a month in meds and the amount of meds I don't have to pick up every month, it's totally crazy. My kids are taking this product because they both got hurt in sports this year. My daughter takes it for sleep. My husband has been taking it when he bangs his knee or whatever. Our relief cream's amazing. Guys, you would have never seen me in a live a year and a half ago with no makeup on. I have eyeliner and mascara. I have no foundation on. I'm getting all fired up, so I'm getting red. And that's, if I'm talking quickly, that is why. And I apologize. But I am so excited. So then to top it off, not only am I feeling better, then I'm starting to get customers. And these aren't just customers. These are people that I'm getting messages from. Hey, guess what? I've been on this product for 2 weeks and I had to stop taking my narco because I didn't need it anymore. Do you guys know what narco is? That is insane. I had a girl totally quit smoking just by using CBD. One of my best friends I've met in this company, she used to have a panic attack multiple times a day. She hasn't had one in, I think she said, 5 months the other day. My anxiety is 10 times better. One of my friends is in China. I don't even know. Are you even on here, Jess? Oh, she was. She hopped off. She's in China, and she called me the other day, and she's like, you did not take your oil yet today, did you? because obviously I must have been, excuse my language, but I must have been a total bitch. I was a total bitch. And I was like, oh, you know what? Now that you say that, no, I didn't. I have people who I never thought would support this because it's in the cannabis family, referring their family to me, referring their friends to me. And to me, referral from the word of mouth is the best referral ever, because that means you trust me and you trust my knowledge. Guys, my why is so big. It's so big. Not only are we saving for a house, I want to be able to leave my kids with more than what I had. I want to be able to give my husband the cars that he likes that I don't like. There's so much behind this company. It's the great feelings you get of recognition. It's the great feelings you get of helping other people. It's the great feeling you have of being off your own meds and not having to put your kids... Do you know, the walk-in doctor said to my son to take a leave twice a day? Do you know what that will do to your freaking stomach? And I said, no, you will not be doing that. You'll be doing oil. And now when he comes home from track practice, if he's sore, he'll be like, hey, Mom, can I take some oil? Or my daughter will come home from dance. Hey, Mom, I'm sore. I'm going to take oil. Fine. Go for it. It's all natural. Okay? Yes, I was petrified because we live in a very small town. I'm like, my kids are going to be embarrassed. They're going to think I'm like doing a Mary Jane dealer over here. Whatever. You know what? No. That's not even the case. I have someone who works at a medical dispensary that purchases our oil because it's a better grade for than what they pay. They can get the same grade for what we pay, but they pay a lot more for the same grade. Do you guys know what I'm saying? Can I get some hearts in the comments if this stuff is all making sense to you guys? Why I am so passionate about the things I do, why I do them. And this blows my mind. And I had to retrain myself, and I am still retraining myself. Don't get me wrong, end of the month is still busy. Tuesdays and Thursdays are still busy for me, and my battery's gonna die. But I can put my phone down and walk away for 2 hours from it. My husband even said to me the other night, we were walking down the stairs, he's like, your phone and iPad are on the bed. So what? Leave them there. There's messages. I will get back to them when I get back to them. I'm not saying I'm pushing my customers off, but my family comes first. That's the whole reason I'm doing this. I got a message from an elderly lady today, and she said to me, she's like, I can't believe what a difference I felt in the last 5 days. She says she's not 100%, but we're working on her dosage, but she is noticing a difference. My husband and I went Friday night. It was not super damp, but it was cold. And for someone that has fibromyalgia, it's cold and it's a little damp, it's not fun outside, okay? We went for a wine walk around this really cute village. And you know what? I took a few drops of oil before, and I was fine. I cannot drink a ton, but you know what? Had I had to take a narcotic, I wouldn't have been able to drink anyway. Or if I did, I would have been totally floored after the first 2 samples. So, this is why I do what I do. And I hope this has helped someone. Because this is the first year, I'm going to tell you guys, and I've said this before, and I am bragging about this. This is the first year I've paid for Christmas in cash. Yes, I owe one of my savings accounts money, but I've paid for my Christmas in cash. That's being paid off this weekend. It's not like it's on a card. Okay? And I have always been one to give. My language of love is giving. Okay? And this year, I've always been able to give it like $1 here or $1 there. This year, I was able to help a single mom and 3 of her kids. They weren't huge gifts, but they were a little something. Because they have absolutely nothing, and I'm not going to get into details of why. But I was able to do that, and that felt so stinking good that I had the extra $30 to do that. Okay? If any of you feel like you would love to help someone, if you would like some new fellowship and friendship and whatever, message me. Drop a comment below. If you have ever used our product and it's helped you, drop below what it's helped you with. I want to know. Okay? And like I said, message me with any comments or questions or anything like that. My goal is to do a live a day. I haven't always been on top of that. I am trying to get better with that. We have some amazing open spots on our team right now. I actually have to post about one later. But definitely, if you have not gotten me your email, get me your email and take that free tour, because the worst that's going to happen is you're going to be put into a drawing for $500. There is no obligation to purchase anything. We are not going to hound you. I will send you a message and say, hey, are you interested? If you say no, totally fine. Thanks for your time. Keep me in mind if you ever have any referrals or if you ever come up with any questions. But what can $500 hurt? Nothing in my mind. So, I am going to hop off of here. Actually, I have to call my upline back. Oh man, I gotta go. I have to go pick my son up from indoor track. So, guys, whatever you do, make sure it's something that you're passionate about and it makes you happy. All right? I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.